Listen, we started this channel because we are so tired of fake agents who pretend you won't run into any problems when buying or selling a home, or that home maintenance is something that comes naturally to everyone. We do believe that we can give you the tools to be a success at home ownership, whether you're a first timer or someone that has been doing it a while. Get ready for a practical approach to real estate. Real agents helping real people solve real problems. Welcome to Real Estate for Real People.
We're your hosts. I'm Russell Mann.
And I'm Kimberly Adams Mann of the Adams Mann team here at Shore West Realtors and TAMThomes.com. How you doing tonight, Russ?
I'm doing good.
Great. So one of the things that we want to talk about is we want to talk about the things that are, you're going to have to bear with us. This is our first live stream, and whether people are here or not, we're going to go ahead because we're going to be reposting this, but we're going to try to get used to all the technology and the technical details here. So it's a very good chance we're going to mess something up, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, because we're real agents, we're real people solving our own real problems with technology. So how have you been doing this week?
Been a busy week.
Been a really busy week in real estate.
Yeah, showing lots of clients, new houses,
Yeah. So this week in real estate news, though, well, let's talk a little bit about what we discovered. So one of the reasons we decided to do this channel is because we were looking for stuff for our clients and things to see what's out there, what's available, great information for them. And what was the information we found?
There was lots of information if you're an investor or you
kind
want
of an investor.
To get rich quick.
Yeah, those are a lot of the investor ones even, or the get rich quick ones. And you know, and I know, most of those when we watch them, we kind of laugh because they're so not realistic. They really have nothing to do with real estate.
And there was nothing out there for the normal people.
So people who buy and sell a home maybe once every 5, 10, 15, 20 years. Because obviously the market changes a lot. If you haven't sold a home in 15 years, the market is completely different. There are all sorts of different guidelines that the mortgage companies have to follow now. Just lots of different things. No matter what market you're in, there are certain things across the nation that are going to be pretty much the same, no matter what, as far as mortgage requirements, correct?
Yeah, correct.
So speaking of mortgage requirements, one of the things that, oh goodness, so our slide is not working exactly like it should. So give me just a second to get that going, folks. So here's our little transition. So this week in real estate news, dun-da-dum, what actually happened in real estate news?
The Fed brought the interest rate down.
By how much?
0.25%.
Yeah, 0.25%, which may not seem like a whole lot, but the important thing about that is what? I mean, because obviously, what does it have to do with anybody else?
Well, it means that you may be able to borrow slightly more because it'll be costing you less for your mortgage. So some lenders will lend you slightly more. But it also means that, when you put in an offer, that your offer's going to be really secure because the interest rates are not going up, they're going down.
Exactly. So I think the biggest thing about it, when I was reading the Inman News article this week, was that if you are a buyer, you really don't have to worry about your interest rate possibly fluctuating up before you close, which is really great because you don't want to have everything okay, and then right before you close, the interest rate goes up, you haven't locked your rate in, and boom, now you can't buy the house. So that's number one thing. Number two thing is on the seller's side, great to know that the buyers aren't going to have that problem because it makes your transaction much more secure, right?
Yeah.
So the next thing that we're going to kind of go over this week, and we're going to change this up every week. So it's going to be based on some national news, and it's going to be based on some local information as well. Now, one of the things that we do at the end of every month is we do something that is called Sale to Assessed. And Russ, you want to explain to people what Sale to Assessed is about?
Sure. We take the city's tax assessment. So when you pay your property taxes, it's based on how much the city or municipality assesses your property to be worth.
So let's break that down a little bit for real people. So basically, what the town or city or village that you live in, what they think your property is worth money-wise. However, that is often not a good basis to base any kind of pricing on. So what we do is
we take an average of the properties. Well, we take a big bulk of the properties that have sold in particular towns, and then we calculate what they sold for and whether it was above or below the assessment.
So we have this really fancy little algorithm thing. It's like, woo, it's like fancy magic. But what it does is when we can put the sale price in for the property, we can put in the assessment price for the property, and it tells us exactly how much percentage things are selling either below, at, or above the assessment rate. And that is kind of important.
Yeah, so for this program, we've just done two. We've done Kenosha and we've done Racine.
And the reason for that is because we can only do it from the month before. So this is based on July sales based on the assessment. And the first one up, of course, is for Racine. This is the city of Racine. So Russ, what is the sale to assess number for the city of Racine? Should we do a drum roll? I can't do drum rolls. Go ahead.
It's 130.03%.
Okay, so 130% of your sale to assess. So that basically means if you know your current assessment, take that number times 1.3, essentially, and that should give you a better idea of what your sale price could be. Now, what's the...
Now, that is the average.
Correct.
So, out of 83 houses that sold in Racine, in the city of Racine, in July,
we took like about a sampling of about 25 of them. We weed out the ones that are really bad, and
we weed out like brand new ones.
Brand new construction doesn't have an assessment that matches, so that doesn't work. So we take those out.
And we take out short sales and foreclosures.
Short sales, foreclosures, things that are super distressed that really skew the market in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
So take this is the
average. Average house that's up for sale by Mr. and Mrs. Seller. This is the percentage there. Now, out of that 83 that sold, only one in Racine was under the assessed value.
Wow.
So that's really good for Racine. All the rest, they ranged between 104% and 181%.
Wow.
Now, that's pretty good.
That's really good.
Yeah.
So the average, though, is 130%, which is a really great place to be when you're talking about, other things.
Your taxes may go up because of that. If it's sold, say, for instance, you had a $100,000 house and you sold it at 181%, that means it's sold for 180,000 or 181,000.
Right.
So therefore, your tax may go up.
Yeah, that's the downside.
That's the downside.
If we see that, if a municipality sees that trend for a couple of years, your taxes might go up. So just be prepared for that. All right, but let's move on. What were the numbers for Kenosha?
So Kenosha came in at 126.61%.
Okay, so
very close.
Very close, very similar to Racine.
Now, they sold more properties. There was 109 total sales in July for Kenosha. And out of that, 2 were under the assessed value.
Right.
But all the rest were over.
Oh, wow. That's
really
good. So only 2 were under, but 126% is a really great number still.
Yeah.
We've actually seen that trend for a few years in Kenosha. It's actually been about 4 years that we've been at that number for Kenosha, right around that 120. Yeah, that 120 and stuff mark. So definitely, if you're in Kenosha, and I know that your taxes went up in Kenosha last year, keep that in mind. They may go up again, so just keep that in mind. The more we see that trend, there's no municipality out there that's going to see that trend for 3-4 years in a row and not take advantage of the extra money in tax revenue.
correct.
That's the reality. Mm-hmm. So just something to keep in mind when you're talking about that. But our next segment is new to the market. And this is our new to the market is where we take the current properties that are on the market and
Yep.
we say, all right, what ones are the best ones? And we broke this down into certain categories. So the top category is 500,000 and up. So we took the best home that was listed in the last week or so and okay, which one is it? And what's the reason for it? We're going to give you some of those reasons as we go. But the bottom of the market is what we did was we took what was 75,000 to 150 as kind of like that entry level. I mean, even 75,000 is really difficult as an entry level home. There just aren't many that are livable out there at that price point. So, but 75,000 to 150, 150 to 250, 250 to 350, and then 350 to 500. So we have 5 different categories of people.
Yeah,
Or
and
of
we
houses.
picked out our favourite ones.
Yep.
Yours may be different to ours, but these are our favourites.
Yep.
And the first one is 4512 17th Street in Racine.
And this is a listing of Shore West. And by the way, not all of these listings are necessarily going to be Shore West listings. That's not really relevant as to whether
No.
we chose them. We just chose them based on the price point and how they represent in that price point. So
I don't think we even looked at who had them
No,
when
we
we was
didn't.
picking.
When we were picking them.
just looking on the photographs
Yep.
of which ones presented well.
Which ones were like the nicest presented properties that just really shone out in their category, pretty much.
Yeah.
Had nothing to do with who listed it. But you'll notice if you want to see who has the listing, it's right underneath on our slide here, so you can actually see who it is that has the listing. So for 4512 17th Street, we've got this is at the bottom of our market. So this is 105,900. So 105,900. And so this is the bottom level of our market. And what we loved about this house was a number of things. What's the first thing that we notice in this picture alone? You can see all the brand new.
Brand new concrete, so
Yeah.
new driveway, all your pathways are really good.
Yep. Love the brand new concrete. That was kind of cool. So really, really, really love that. So that was picture number 1 for that. And I see what's happened in my PowerPoint. You're going to hold on a second here, guys. We do have a little bit of a technical difficulty. So let me fix this because I want this to show up nicely for everybody. And let's transition back to those pictures. No, we're going to transition back to us again. We're going to still try and fix this. It just doesn't want to fix right. There we go. That's much better looking. All right. So here we are. And here's the other reason. I thought this had a really nice, spacious kitchen. For 105.9, that's a really spacious kitchen. Really, really nice. Nice, hardwood floors, it looks like, from the original. But they've been polished and they're shining up really nice. The other thing I loved was the spaciousness of this bathroom. At $105,900, you oftentimes find a bathroom that's really tiny.
Yeah.
And there's just no space. And I thought this was really nice. Plus the fact that they have the mirrors here, that really, the mirrored doors on the closet. First of all, there's a huge closet in there. That's great for, all your laundry supplies and stuff.
But it gives the impression of more space.
Exactly. It doesn't make it feel claustrophobic or closed in, even if it is a little bit on the smaller side. And then this is kind of a shot from that kitchen, looking at the bay window, the front room. Just really, really cool looking property for $105,900.
Yeah.
So our next property, as you can already see, because we've already kind of clicked on the next slide, is 617 Hayes Avenue in Racine. This is a 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath with a 2.5 car garage. This one's actually out there by Remax Newport. So they're actually the listing agent on this one. And we just love this little house, though. I mean, it's just adorable looking. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, this is our pick for the 150 to 250 range. And what's the price on this one, Russ?
160.
Yeah, only 160.
So just crept in there.
Yeah,
at the
barely
bottom
in,
end.
barely in that. So
Yeah,
barely in that. But here's some of the reasons why. It's just so neat and tidy on the outside. Let's start with that, because good outside maintenance and good inside maintenance is really important. And then, totally redone inside. Absolutely love that picture and the totally, completely redone interior. What's the next one? Let's see here. Oh, and then this bathroom was
Yeah.
huge. I thought this was the biggest bathroom I've seen at this price point. It's super wide looking.
Double sink.
Double sink. It like has lots of space. If you notice, folks, it's got lots of space right here between the sink and the tub. And that's just like, I mean, that is really wide. We have not stretched any of these pictures at all. This is exactly what they look like.
In actual fact, that's one of our pet peeves with photographs.
Oh,
when
yeah, absolutely.
they've been stretched or they use the fisheye lens.
Yep, exactly. So not cool at all. So our next one that we've picked, this is for the 250 to 350 range. And this one is
1708 College Avenue in Racine.
still in Racine. And by the way, we did look at Racine and Kenosha. It was not just Racine and Kenosha. This was just happened to be in Racine.
Yeah.
Don't worry, there's some Kenosha ones coming up.
Now this one's a 5-bedroom, 2-bath, and a 2.5 car garage on College. That's really good.
Yep, and it's courtesy of Coldwell Banker Residential. And such a cute little one, though. I mean, wow, let's just take a look. Now, this is a house, though, for somebody who wants a more traditional look. What's the price of this house?
$255.
So barely into the 250 price point. But this is for somebody who definitely wants something that's a much more traditional style house. And let me show you why. Because these are some of the things we loved. It does have that traditional style, but it also has some really cool aspects to it.
And this one's almost 2,000 square feet.
It is almost 2,000 square feet. And look at those Johnson floors. Russ, what do you think?
They're amazing. They're beautiful. That's why it got our pick this week for this price point. Because,
Yeah.
you know, we see it sometimes.
That's
We're lucky
one of the
to
reasons.
see it when we go around these houses.
Yeah.
We're sometimes fortunate enough to see some beautiful Johnson floors.
So what's interesting about that is for those of you that are not from this area, or maybe who have moved into the Racine Kenosha area recently, or if you're watching us from overseas or someone that's not from this area at all, not even in Racine or Kenosha. So a lot of people don't know this, but SC Johnson, everybody knows who SC Johnson is, right? SC Johnson, a family company. They are based here in Racine, Wisconsin. That is their international headquarters is right here in Racine, because the family, the Johnson family that started this company back in the 1800s, well, the reason they started SC Johnson is because actually what happened was they did wood floor installation. So for those of you, I'm going to flip back over so you can see. So they installed wood floors in the late 1800s.
And then they wanted a product to be able to take care and maintain those hardwood floors.
Yep. They basically said they didn't think there was any good product out there to maintain their beautiful floors and maintain them really well. So they created
Johnson Wax.
Exactly, which was, of course, the beginning of SC Johnson. Johnson Wax is the traditional version, and Johnson Wax was originally created for hardwood floors and hardwood floors only. So it's just kind of a little bit of trivia for you, but this is an example of Johnson floors that are in this area of Racine. But the other reason we picked this one is because in these traditional homes, you don't usually or don't always find a great updated kitchen. I mean, there's newer cabinetry, stainless steel appliances. They've actually put back here, they've put like that copper ceiling, but the silver version of it as a backsplash in the kitchen, which just looks so awesome. And then they've put in this movable island and they've hung pots underneath it.
Yeah, it's a great
really,
use
really
of
cool.
space in the kitchen. Yeah, it's really, really nice.
Yeah, so that's the reason that this particular house got our pick, because we just absolutely loved it. Now, moving on, 350 to 500. So 350 to 500. Dun, dun, dun. Now, first of all, this is listed by one of our favorite agents. So what you're going to find out about us on this channel is that we are not going to sit here and tell you that we are the only great agents out there, because you know what? That's not us being real. There are some other really great agents, and the agent who's listed this property on 316 Jonathan Drive is Marcia Riccio, and she is one of our favorite agents to work with because she is super professional and we love her, and we love having transactions with her. In fact, I'm in the middle of one with her right now.
Cool.
So 316 Jonathan Drive in Racine, though. Wow. Now this is a big house.
This is a 5-bed, 3.5 bath, and a 3-car garage.
Yep.
So it's a big house. Now this one, the total square footage is over 2,700 square feet. So you've got
Wow.
plenty of space for your family. You know, it's a really great house. And it's only just over a block away from the lake.
Awesome. And look at that exterior. It looks huge. I mean, it absolutely does. It holds up to it. But that's the exterior. But here's the reason, one of the main reasons we picked it.
Look at that kitchen.
Oh, that kitchen's amazing. We absolutely love that kitchen. I don't know what else to say other than let's just have a moment of silence for this kitchen. There's just no other way to say it. Here's the other reason that we picked this one.
Yeah.
Great master
Who
bedroom.
wouldn't want a bedroom that size?
It's just huge. It does have a master bath, of course. And the master bath is nice.
Yeah.
But honestly, it was the size of this master bedroom that made us just go, oh, this is our pick of the week for this week. So.
And this one was on at 423,775.
So this one's really up at the top of the price range. Up at the top. Well, not at the top. Right about the middle of the 350 to 500 range. So right in that middle section there. So we just loved that house. Now, here is our final house of the week. Final pick of the week.
Which is 1275 43rd Avenue in Kenosha.
And this is another one that is from, happens to be with Remax Newport Elite.
Yeah.
It's actually in Summers, but it is taxed by Kenosha, so that's why we put in Kenosha. And,
this one's a 4-bedroom, 4.5 bath.
4-car garage.
And a 4-car garage. So plenty of space for your toys.
And all your kids' toys, too.
Yeah.
Because, honestly, you probably have a lot of kids if you're going to have 4 beds, 4.5 baths, 4-car garage. Probably a lot of teenagers in your house. But this house, huge.
Yeah.
What's the price point on this one, Russ?
This one's $799,900.
Yep.
And this one is 5,000 square feet above grade.
Yeah. And
It's got another 1,100, over 1,100 feet finished below grade.
that's as big as our whole house.
Yeah.
Our whole house is that size. Well, here's some of the reasons why. Besides the exterior being beautiful,
Look at that staircase.
we just loved this sweeping staircase.
Yeah.
That's just so beautiful. And then this kitchen, as this grows, I want you to take a look. You can actually see the diner area and into the living room. It's such a great open plan. Just absolutely gorgeous. Viking stove, 5 burners. But the
that's
real reason,
my favorite part.
the real reason that this house, out of the ones that we had to choose from, I think this one tipped it in for this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
I'm biased.
Yeah, Russ is very biased
But
because
we've got the Union Jack there and the red, white and blue coloration in the, you've got a red footstool, you've got the white ceiling, the blue walls, and then you've got that Union Jack rug. That's my pick of the week.
yeah, definitely our pick of the week. But beautiful house, and that's listed at $799,900, just $100 shy of $800,000. So definitely a great home and worth checking out. If you have any questions about those, just let us know. So our next section here is what we are calling our open house recap. Bum 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 bum. Okay, really silly music. I gotta figure out maybe some transition music for our videos. So open house recap. I'm going to talk about mine first. I had an open house today at 813 Augusta, and unfortunately did not have a single person stop in. I did have a couple pull up on the curb and tap away on their phone and look at the house, and then tap away on their phone and look at the house and tap away. But they stayed in their car and then they pulled off. So I'm not sure what they saw in the pictures, because the pictures are gorgeous. It's actually a great house. So that's my open house. But 813, and the thing is, that one is listed at 154.9. So if you are interested in that, we can take you to come see it. It's really easy to show. But Russ, what about your open house?
I've forgotten the address I was at. I had a fantastic condo today.
Oh, Russ. What are we going to do with him, folks? He can't even remember what house he was
But
at.
I did have a really nice couple come through.
It was at Stonegate. I can tell you that.
Stonefield.
Stonefield. See?
Stonefield.
Well, Stonegate
853 Stonefield Drive,
There we go. You remembered it.
Unit 306.
There we go. I just had to kind of jog his memory. Apparently, that's what I'm here for, is jogging his memory.
Yeah, I can't remember the price though.
Yes, you can. It was 200 and...
25
Oh, you know what?
or 29.
Call us, put it in,
Yeah.
ask the question. We'll put it in the comments later. Oh.
Okay, but that's a really, really nice condo. It's got 2 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, which is unusual for condos.
Yeah,
they normally
to have a half
only
bath.
Yeah, and so both bedrooms have actually got a master ensuite, which is phenomenal. And it's such a huge master bedroom with a huge walk-in closet, and it has a bath and a shower in the master suite.
But I think the best thing about this open house for you was that the couple that came, they're already working with another good agent in town, and they told Russ that, so Russ wasn't trying to pick them up. And then they said, but we have a house to sell in X space, and we're going to be listing that probably next week at X dollars. And Russ said, I know.
Let me know.
Let me know, because I've got a
buyer
customer
looking for that in that area at that price point.
And we're not going to tell you what the area is with the price point, because you're not going to be able to snatch it out from our buyers. So
that's for our buyers.
Right, exactly. But it was great because Russ got to meet these people, and now we know to look for that when it drops. And he did give them his card so that they can give it to their agent, and that way their agent can communicate with us. Because that is actually how this business works a lot, is agents fostering great relationship with other agents, and then batting customers back and forth and making sure that we work with great people.
And there again, they're working with another great agent.
Yep,
that we've had
exactly.
several transactions with in the past.
And we'd love to have another one with.
Yeah.
So we're completely fine with that. All right. So those are our open house recap for this week.
Yeah.
And here is our next segment, which is our tip of the week. Dum-ta-dum, tip of the week. Our tip for this week is something that Russ didn't even know about. August is a great time to paint exterior elements because it is dry and sunny more days than any other month of the year.
Yeah, so guess who's been given a chore of painting our garage?
So because of the fact that when I was telling Russ about this tip that we're going to give, he was like, oh, does that mean I got to paint? And I'm like, yep. So we're probably going to be doing a video or dropping a video later on about painting garage, or maybe showing us painting the garage and getting that project done this month. So we also have a window to go in our garage because we have an old framed out window, but there's no window pane in it, that we just covered with a bit of
it's just got a sheet
like
of perspex on it. So.
Like plexiglass plexiglass, but white plexiglass. So it's covering it and it's covered, but we have a brand new window that we've had for a while that we need to put in. So so just keep that in mind, folks. If you need to paint any exterior elements of your house, maybe your windows around the trim, if you don't have vinyl, or
check your windows around the basement, because a lot of people forget those. They're maintaining the other windows because you're living in the main space. Have a walk around your property. Take a look at those, window frames to your basement. Mm-hmm. And if you see flaking and peeling paint, just give it a scrape off, repaint them. It'll protect the wood, and it'll look after them, and they'll last you for years to come.
Yep. So our tip of the week for this week is for that. So that's pretty much all we have planned for this show. We've gone almost a half an hour, which is excellent because that was what we planned to do. We didn't want to go more than a half an hour unless we have any questions. So we do want to encourage you to go ahead and put any questions that you have in the comments in the chat below, and we will be checking that. We are also hosting a Facebook group called Real Estate for Real People. So there is a community of Facebook as well that you can join in. You can post questions there every week. Every Sunday, we're going to be here at 7 o'clock to go live with you.
Unless we're on vacation.
And even then it depends, because
we may record one.
Right, we may record one ahead of time with some information. Just won't be able to do a live chat part of it. But every Sunday at 7 p.m. we are going to be here. We're going to be right here, sitting at our sofa, right where you guys can ask us any questions you would like. And if you join us on the Facebook community group page, you can ask those questions ahead of time and we can answer them during the live show on Sunday. So if you have a burning question, let us know. If you have enjoyed this at all, or if you just like us because you like Russ's accent, or you like our information, or it doesn't even matter. You don't have to like us, but please do us a favor. This is a brand new channel. We'd love it if you would hit subscribe. Like, we are going to be posting other videos to help you out in home ownership, buying and selling stuff. It's going to be coming up in the next 6 months. We're going to be putting some up every week. And please
don't
click
forget to put the
subscribe.
bell on, and so it will notify you
Yes.
when we put any content up.
Yes. So if you hit subscribe and like this video, we would really appreciate that. And also, if you can put the bell on so that you get notifications for this channel, that would be fantastic. Then, of course, because we are a brand new channel, please do us a favor and share us. If you get any great things out of this, share us on with your friends and family. We want to be here. Oh, and if you think your house is going to be listed and you think your house should be one of our houses of the week, send it to us and we'll definitely take a look at it. And if it passes the muster, it still has to be the best house of the week in that price point. But if you think your house is it, send it to us. But if you need some help with understanding how to make your house the house of the week, you can give us a call on that as well. We're happy to help with that. So thank you very much for joining us today. And hopefully you'll be able to join us at other times. If you have any questions, comments, or anything, put them down below in the chat and we will look at them later. All right. Thanks for joining us, everybody.
Take
Bye.
care.
See you later.